Well, this is the second semi-final of the 60th Lion Foundation New Zealand Indoor Bowls Championship. We've already seen Grant Rayner defeating Gary Lawson. In this semi-final, it's Lance Jenner from Auckland versus Sue Burnand from Ashburton. Once again, I'm joined in commentary by Trevor Gould, New Zealand representative in indoor bowls. And you picked it just dead right in the first semi, Trev. Going to put you on the spot right from the start. Who's going to get this one?
I rather fancy Sue getting up to win this game here. Sue has been and is probably the best woman player that has been around the New Zealand indoor bowls circuit for a long time. She's played singles for the New Zealand team on numerous occasions, and she's a very impressive bowler. She plays a very nice draw, and she's very aware of the game. She's also can be quite an aggressive player too, so she's not scared to have a go if she's in trouble. So obviously I think we'll see two very contrasting styles here. Lance, very much the draw player. He's a front end player in most of the team games, plays leads and seconds and the likes, and Sue tends to skip in a lot of things and things like that, so she's got a more varied type of approach to the game. So I see Sue here has made a good start here. She's holding a couple, maybe three shots here, and she's aware of the situation with Lance having a bowl out the side and the ability to be able to knock that in for shot. So I think you'll see Sue now playing on the backhand side, and she'll be just looking to move the bowls a little bit just to change things around. Just fell a little bit short, but things are still moving in there. So she's holding one, possibly two shots there. Lance having a close sort of a look at the head here. He has got a bowl to turn in on the outside. It is a little bit away from the target area, so your options are a bit limited. So I think we'll see him just trying to play just down just to get some movement out of the bowls here. And as he did, he's kicked one. It certainly kicked one of them out. He's at least one down, and so end one finished. There not a lot of looking at the head and studying and quickly into the work here, and I think we'll find that Sue picked up just the one shot there, so she'll lead 1-0. They're once again playing a long length head here, and Sue's first bowl.
Oh,
Up and around and over the top. So a little bit of nerves there perhaps, or just maybe not picking the fact that it'll run slightly quicker. So we've got Lance's first bowl here, coming in very nicely, very close to the kitty. And made a good start on the backhand side for Lance.
you mentioned before a little bit of nerves. I mean, it's such an achievement to get this far with so many entries in the New Zealand Indoor Bowls Championship. To get to this part of the day is pretty special anyway. Well,
it is indeed, and the players at this stage would have already played some 5 games today. So this will be their 6th game for the day. And with every round there's less and less people, so with the less and less people that are around you, the more and more the nerves start to build and come into play. The trick is being able to put that out of your head and just get on with the game. So now just looking to reach up to where the yellow bowl is and secure a shot. Just rubbed off her own and just finished a fraction short, but still sitting not too badly for her. She's only one down on the head at this stage and has an option to be able to play up to her own bowl to secure the shot.
Lance Jenner just going up to the head there to have a look at things. This is a true confrontation, isn't it? It's North Island versus South Island.
Well, ironically, Sue's actually not from the South Island. Sue's plays up at the Bay of Plenty area. She's playing with a team that is entered in under the Ashburton area. So she's a North Islander, but playing for the South Island area. So that's the nature of the Open National Championships. Basically, you can enter and play with anybody you wish, and enter out of anywhere that you wish, as long as you're registered and able to do so.
Well, the crowd might have been a bit premature that time round because the bowl just tilted over and she probably just lost the shot.
Yes, it just rocked back and just fell out of being shot. So she's a little unlucky there. And Lance just trying to get in there and draw another one. Just stayed out a little bit on that occasion. So So 1 shot there to Lance, so that'll bring it to 1-all and 2 ends played.
So once again, it is 12 ends, no time limit for the second of the semi-finals. Lance Jenner from Te Atatu in Auckland versus Sue Burnand representing Willoughby in Ashburton.
Lance just overthrowing the jack that time, so it gives Sue the option of setting the length. But once again, she stayed with the reasonable long length end. Very good
not a bad opener.
Very good opener there by Lance. Yeah, right up to the kitty and sitting on it. Sue swapping to the other side of the mat, just looking to either use the bowl or use the kitty to land onto. Just got that. So a very nice bowl there to draw the kitty off an existing toucher and remain a toucher yourself. So classic singles, bowl for bowl, blow for blow. And it's just looking to draw around his own bowl and reach up to it, but just falling just a fraction short. I think you see Sue changing her hand this time, playing the other side of the mat, and we'll just be trying to play the shot that Lance just tried to play. You send it out a bit further than what he did, and getting some finish off the end. Just not quite coming in enough there, but still sitting out there in a very good position if the kitty happened to move this way. Lance just trying to make the adjustment off his last bowl. And so very close that time. Just failing to finish in. Had his bowl fallen down, it could have been quite interesting to see whether it made contact on the kitty and changed anything. So still just looking to make the correction from her last bowl and just finish in like Lance's bowl did.
And she's done it.
Played it very well.
Brilliant.
Very nice bowl. And she's secured herself with 2 shots in there, and I think she's sitting with a very nice head. I don't think there's a lot that Lance can do here. The plant doesn't look to be on the 2 yellows. It's certainly missing the black. If he come down and tried to play through Sue's last bowl, the kitty would only move towards Sue. So really the only option he's got is to draw on the other side.
Advantage Burnand at the moment.
It is very much so, and 2 advantage, double advantage. He's actually holding 2 shots. So Lance is actually looking to play with a little bit of weight, get some contact on the yellow, and just kicked out to the side a bit, and still left Sue with holding a very good 2 there, and she's got the opportunity now, playing the other side of the mat, to draw another one close.
Well, she doesn't mess around, does she? She's right into it. She's business right from the get-go. Sue Burnand.
Yeah, Sue's seen a lot of heads, and she's confident with what she does, and once she's made up her mind, she's seen something.
And why wouldn't you be confident?
Yes, she played it very well. She played it very nicely. 3 shots. Very well played head there by Sue. So that'll give Sue a 4-1 lead after 3 ends.
Oh, this is another classic opener.
Yes, very good start by Sue. She'd be a little bit disappointed it didn't quite reach up to the kitty, but a very good opener and has started herself in a very good position. If you're hiding the jack away from your opposition a little, it's difficult for your opposition to get a gauge and a feel of exactly where they're playing to, because when you're playing you tend to look up at the kitty to pick your length and look down and then look up again as you're playing. So when a bowler's hiding it, it does make it difficult. And Sue will be a lot happier with where her bowl is there now. It's actually covering the kitty over, so he can't. Her opposition can't get directly to the kitty. So now Lance has got to try and, on the same hand, he's got to try and draw just behind it, or even if he just catches the outside of the bowl and just flops in and sits for shot himself. But he's certainly got to be up to the head now to give himself a chance on this head.
He's played this with a bit more weight, but it's coming in now. That's a brilliant shot.
Yes,
what a reply.
He's played it very well. So now he has got a bowl to play to, and he's got the opportunity to be confident with what he's doing. Sue will be aware of that, but she'll also be aware of the fact that she is holding a toucher, and touches are very difficult to dislodge with just the correct weight. So I think we'll see Sue will be playing around on the other hand, and we'll just be looking to go round past her black. just stuck out a little bit wide that time. Was just got caught out on the side. The weight of it was very good.
Yeah, the intention was certainly there.
Yes.
Now it's just going to come down and have a look.
Yes, with Lance's front bowl there, it's just in the way for him to get round to play the perfect shot with a wee bit of weight to turn the black bowl out and take its place. So really, he can only just try and draw around and flop down and turn the black bowl out. So I see him now, just trying to get just around the yellow bowl and flopping off that.
Oh!
Yes, he's certainly moved it. There's no doubt about that. He's moved the bowl, but I think the black bowl will still hold the shot. It's no longer touching. So it's not as much of a danger for Lance, should he look to play a shot now. So he'll be quite aware of the shot that Lance has just played, and she'll be trying to stop her ball from coming out in there, looking to move that around and just lock it in. It just didn't quite get around, just past it enough. It was a good try. She was probably trying to just come around that ball rather than landing into it. So. I think we'll see Lance now. I think you'll see Lance trying to play through his front bowl, his front yellow bowl, and take the black out of there clean and sit in there for 3 shots. He's playing with just a fraction more weight, and he's turned the bowl down. Whether he's turned it enough to secure the shot with the back bowl or not, and he has. Sue concedes 1. So we've got so we see Lance starting off with on this end. Once again, long length end. And the scoreboard tells us it's 5-2 to Sue, with 4 ends gone. So they're playing the 5th end. So they're a third of the way through this game, and the stage still very close. Still very close. Both these players still feeling each other out a little. Sue had the early start and played some very good end. Lance is now just responding and starting to finish very close. A good start by Sue with the first bowl. So we'll see Sue now. She'll be trying to reach up to those yellow bowls or just move the jack a little. Coming very well this time. Yes, and sitting just nicely on the yellow bowl. And played it very well. Played it very well, sitting for a shot and in a good position bowl just behind. So Lance now will be trying to do something similar. He'll be looking to just reach up to that black or just move the jack around the corner a little. Just falling a fraction short again, so good chance for Sue now to compound this end if she can draw just behind the kitty or just on the kitty. She'll be in a very strong position on this end. It's again coming in very well.
And that's exactly what she's done.
Yes, she has. She's finished very close there. She's probably counting there for a second shot, which she'll be happy with, but she won't be happy with the fact that she's left a bowl sitting out the side that Lance can actually use to play with a bit more weight. So it'll be interesting to see how Lance approaches this one. The natural shot to play would be to use Sue's last bowl and try and wrestle your way in there to secure a position, but not an easy shot, and I think it'd be very difficult for Lance to come out with the shot, but certainly with Sue's outside bowl also counting, at least if he does manage to wrestle his way in there, he's going to take 1 out. But there's a possibility for him if he plays a nice little split sit there on those 2 blacks, that his own bowl that's coming through will sit for the shot.
Let's see how good Trevor Gould is here. Let's see if he's picked it just dead right.
And just a little bit wide here, and push the jack out the side. So it looks the umpire marker looks like they've kicked the jack back on. So losing the jack off the side is a penalty. It incurs a 2-shot penalty in this game. So Lance Jenner, he was 2 down anyway, so he hasn't lost anything from it. But it does put him in a tough position at the early stages of this game, now being 7-2 down after 5 ends. So Sue in a commanding position, and she's started well, and she's playing very nicely, and she's just building on that end after end now, making it very hard for Lance.
She's getting better and better and better. There's no doubt about that. Burnand is showing this man the way home at the moment, but it's early days. It's 12 ends.
Yes, that's right. They're not even halfway through the game yet. Things can change. But for Lance to get up in this game, he's going to have to make things change very quickly. You don't want to be too far behind. The ends run out, and if things are getting tighter, it makes it even harder to try and score shots. And if you're looking for numbers, it's not an easy game to secure numbers on. So, especially against players of the calibre of the likes of some of those that are playing in this situation. So Sue will be aware of the fact that she's got in a nice position at this stage, but she certainly won't be thinking this game is over at any stage.
Because things like that can happen.
That's right. Lance has turned that head around now. He holds the shot and it's out the side. So Sue's now playing her third of 4 bowls. So she'll be wanting to finish very close with this one. It's on a nice line here. Getting up. She's got the shot.
Got the shot again. Yeah, she's wrestled it back.
And she won't be unhappy with that. She's a little bit shorter than she would have liked to have been, but she's at least counted out the other bowls, and she is holding the shot, putting the pressure back on Lance now to play a good bowl. And he's done so. He's come down and he's pressed the bowl out nicely for probably a couple of shots, maybe even a look for the third. But I think you'll see soon now, still be aware of the fact that she's got the bowls behind the head. She'll also be aware of the fact that Jack's sitting out there nicely to be plucked off. She can also sit through one of Lance's bowls and be shot or second shot. So I think you'll see her playing just a shade overweight, looking to use the bowls as a rest or grab the Jack. And she just went past a little bit there. Lance is certainly holding one, and I think it'll be worth a look for the second. So this could be comeback time here for Lance. He needs to get up and secure another shot with this bowl.
This is looking quite good. This is looking quite good. So close now.
It's going to be tough work on that one on the overhead there. It may not be in.
I think they're going to measure it, are they?
I think they'll need to measure that. It's difficult to tell at the stages. I think we might have to wait for the scoreboard to tell us. Nobody else seems to be letting us know. So it was certainly two there to Lance. It's 3 shots there.
So they got 3 shots back. So that's good news for Lance Jenner.
Yes, 3 just when he needed it. He needed a good head that time, and he secured it. So 7-5 halfway. So he's back in the hunt now. So he'll be a little disappointed there with the way that end finished up. So she'll be looking to make amends for that.
And how hard is it to adjust to when you're not controlling the end? Because for the first time, I think, in this semi, we've seen Sue just roll up a little bit short that time. When she was controlling it, she was perfect, always behind the Jack.
Yeah, so I think that's where the throwing of the Jack is important. When you're setting the length yourself, you get a feel for how far you've got to put it. And so for Sue's situation, she hadn't thrown the Jack, so she was really having to find her own way. So you get a feel yourself. The more ends you play, the more often you play. But it is very much a guessing game when you haven't had the option of throwing the Jack. So for Sue to finish as close as she did with the first bowl was a great start.
It's not a bad comeback, though, is it?
It's a good second bowl, but she will be disappointed with the fact that she knows that she's left both her bowls short of the head, but she also knows that she's left potentially a split there for Lance to play, where he can play a little bit heavier, and he can either get the split and remove both of her bowls, or if he gets the front inside bowl, he will actually move the Jack back to where his bowls are. So it's left him in a position where he can be positive. I think you'll see Lance playing overweighted shot this time, looking to play through the blacks. He certainly played overweighted, but
hasn't helped his cause, really.
No, he got unfortunately he went slightly underneath, so he chipped things back a little bit. I would have probably played that shot, but I would have played it on the other hand, so to give myself the option. But I mean, he's been playing all day. I'm here doing commentary.
And we're glad you're here, Trevor. We're glad you're here.
Sue's just moved that front around, that bowl around a little bit, and she'll be quite happy with that. She's put it out in front of the Jack. It's holding the shot, but it's also stopped the danger of Lance being able to come down there with his bowl and be able to pick the Jack. So she'll be happy that she's got a bowl in the way. So it really forces him to have to play with either the correct weight if he's trying to move the kitty, or dead draw off. So he's trying to move the kitty now with correct weight, and he has moved the kitty, and it'll be I would probably favour the black bowl there as to holding the shot. It just didn't quite go far enough, and Sue's bowl just fell down and remained the shot there. Well, I'm picking it remained the shot.
Oh, I think you did right.
So we've got Sue will just be coming down there, looking to come through the gap a little bit of the bowls and try and rest up on the yellow one.
Just like that.
Yep.
Brilliant reply from Sue Burnand.
Yeah, very nicely played there. Sue played that confidently. She knew she could play confidently there, and she just played with just enough weight to be able to secure the result that she needed. So I think you find Sue would have got 2 shots there, so I guess advantage back. And Sue throwing a full length end this time. And we are starting the 8th end. So this one here will be 2/3 of the way through after the completion of this end. So at 9-5, Lance will certainly be wanting to score this time. He won't be wanting to drop another shot and go more than the maximum of 4 that you can score on any one end.
It's certainly getting to the chewing fingernails time for Lance, I think.
Yes, he needs to score, and he needs to score this end. The more he can score, the better, obviously, but he certainly at least needs to score.
Well, they say when you're hot, and I think Sue is hot at the moment.
Yes, Sue's playing very nicely. She's playing confidently, and she's comfortable with the line. She seems comfortable with the weight.
The other thing I've noticed is that this totally different variance in style. These guys sort of a choppy delivery, whereas we saw that slow flowing release from both Gary and also from Grant.
Sue plays a confident play. She doesn't spend a lot of time looking. And when she's down there ready to play, she likes to get rid of the bowl as soon as she can, and as soon as she's made her mind up, she likes to just get out there, play it, and away you go. Other players tend to spend more time with grip, with delivery, with positioning in the box and that sort of thing.
I tell you what, whatever Sue's doing is working.
Yes, it's working very nicely. She played a beautiful draw bowl there, just drawing the jack off Lance's bowl and moving it across to make her other bowl count as well, but also bringing her other bowl into a very good back position. So Lance just trying to reach up to the head there and make a difference. He's actually turning that bowl and has turned it into second shot, but better for him, it's actually put it in front of Sue's bowl for the plant so that he can play confidently with the idea of taking Sue's bowl out and replacing it. So you see Sue now will be aware of that, and she won't be wanting to cut onto his bowl on the draw, so she'll be giving it a good green to try and get around the yellow bowl and rest up on her back black bowl.
Look at that.
Yes, very nice bowl. It's not a shot, but it does. She certainly shouldn't drop more than 1 on this end, which is what she's looking for. If she can't score the shot, she certainly will only be wanting to drop 1.
Well, it's as you said before, isn't it, Trevor? The only way the jack's going to move is back, and if he's going to have to move the jack to get the shot, so it's maybe going to play into Sue's hands here.
It may do. I think the plant is there for him to take it out without moving the jack, but if he is slightly offline, then the jack will move. Yes.
Ooh.
So he managed to take it out nicely without any movement. So he'll score 1 shot there, and Sue won't be unhappy about that. She's still 3 shots up with 4 ends to go. But more importantly, for her, she's got the last bowl on this end, and does give her the option and the luxury that if she is holding the shot, she doesn't need to do anything about it, and she can make her mind up in her decisions from that point. So, and having the last say is very important in this game.
As it is in life.
Yes.
So Sue Burnand up by 3 shots. Here is. Now have a look at this, just the end of her delivery, that little characteristic finger flick there.
Yes, she tends to play forward with her arms, and her final release or her weight release is on the fingers. So a lot of players play that with touch, and the final adjustment they make on the bowls is off the end of the fingers. So if you're looking to do a certain thing with it and getting it slightly more green, or slightly get your bowl to stand up just a touch, you can do a little bit of adjustment just on the end of your delivery with your fingers. So yeah, it's a very nice style, and it's obviously a style that has worked over the years for Sue, and she plays very well.
We can see from an overhead shot there the black bowl of Sue Burnand holding shot at the moment. Early days though in this end.
Yes, holding shot, but yeah, Sue would have liked to have been up to the head with that bowl to try and negate the option of Lance being able to come down and wrestle the kitty off her bowl. So you see Lance will probably be playing a little bit over the draw now, just trying to reach up to the kitty and move it slightly. Yes, and he's done so. He's moved it back, and then he's moved it back, and then the black one has actually sat back down forward again. So it looks from that angle, that last angle that we've seen, as if the yellow bowl is actually touching and the black one isn't. So it would probably favour Lance having the shot. And looks at Sue's just trying to draw around it. Just draw around where the jack is likely to go if she wants to do something about it. You know, at this stage, she can afford to drop one again and look for maybe a better option on one of the next ends, or if she's confident, she can play a shot, and especially more confident now that she's got a bowl where the jack is likely to go to. And Lance, I think we'll see that Lance will hold the shot, and but he'll be aware of Sue's last bowl being in a prime position as far as this end is concerned of where the jack is going to finish. So I think what you'll see, Lance will be trying to get around to where Sue's last bowl finished. And he's played it quite nicely. He's just hanging out just a fraction and just missed lying or sitting on Sue's last bowl. I think this time we might see Sue will actually change her hand and come up and try and just nudge onto the yellow bowl and just move the kitty back. If she's holding one, she probably won't play her bowl at all. But if she does play her shot, I think that will tell us that she's definitely won there.
Well, she's going to play the shot.
Yeah, so I think we'll see her just trying to touch up onto the yellow bowl. She's pretty close, very close.
She's very close. She's got it.
Well
Can you believe it?
Well played. Yeah. 2 shots.
Brilliant shot.
Once again, it shows you through the head that as soon as Sue was able to secure that bowl around the back and as to where the jack was going, it gave her the confidence of playing the shot. And she played it to perfection and made 2 shots out of it.
So 11-6 as we head into end number 10.
He's still in a very strong position now, being more than the 4 shots clear of her opponent, and with only 3 ends to go. Lance really has to score now, and Sue will be in the luxury position of knowing that she has built up a reasonable lead.
She can kind of defend now rather than attack.
She can choose not to perhaps play some shots that she may have selected to play in other ends, and choose to just go 1 shot down or whatever than take a risk. So it'll come to quite a tactical position where Sue will be looking to not drop a number.
Well, it's a characteristic of any of these indoor bowlers. You wouldn't want to play cards with them. You can't read a whole lot into the face of any of these players here this weekend.
Yes, Sue was quite surprised with that second bowl that she played there, that she actually lost it off the end. She was certainly looking to cover the back position and looking to be past the head, and she was surprised that it went off the mat.
So it's got a bit more weight on it.
Yeah, she's just looking to make a change in here, and she's done so. She's still 1 down, but she's changed the head a little. She's moved things around, and Lance has got an option now of playing down and resting Sue's black bowl, resting onto Sue's black bowl and falling back in towards the kitty, or he could even draw around the outside of the black bowl and draw another shot back behind the jack. But he'll certainly be well aware of his position as far as the score is concerned, and he will be looking to score as many as he can this end.
And how many years of experience does it take to work out all these various options that you've described to us?
It's
surely first you're just trying to get it close.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you spend a lot of time as a new player playing further down in the head in the teams, and just learning to basically deliver the bowl and get close. The more time you spend watching people and what they're doing and that sort of thing, the more you start reading what you should and shouldn't be doing, and when you shouldn't be doing it. It's like any game. It comes with time. It comes with experience, and it comes with a certain drive. If you've got the drive to do those sort of things, you tend to be more successful. And you see, so there's just trying to turn her own bowl down, but not wanting to be too aggressive at it. See, it all takes time. And I started this game when I was 9 years of age. My parents used to waddle away on a Wednesday, and we'd go down to the local hall and play this sport. So one time I decided I would tag along with them and see what was going on, and got hooked on it ever since then. And fair to say, I probably played down the team and played lead, and only drew for about 2 or 3 years. And then I started getting more interested in what was happening with the rest of it, and then spent a lot of time watching players and watching others and how they played the game and things like that. And you build a certain sort of knowledge and expertise of your own, and then build on it for yourself. So we see Lance there scoring.
One, I think.
Scoring a single, I think it was. So 11-7. 4 back with 2 to go. So, I mean, once again, Lance is in the position where he must score this end. If he doesn't score this end, that's game over. And it's, if Sue scores on this end, he can't score enough on the last end to claw back. So
that was a great opening bowl from Lance.
Yes, a very good start for him, just behind the head. It's always a good place to be. And Sue was trying to just reach up to his bowl then as well, and just falling a little bit short. And she's sitting back a little bit on it now. She is aware of the score on the board, and she's wanting to secure things and make things safe without doing anything risky. So Lance just replaced his own bowl there. He's still sitting with a shot, and Sue will just be trying to just improve on her first bowl just a fraction, to just get around to where those yellow ones are. Just played it very well. It just stopped. It just stopped out there. It looked like it was going to run in there all the way, and it just stopped. The preempt of the clap of the crowd may have pulled the brakes on, perhaps. We don't know.
One of those lane markers we were talking about before.
It could have, yes. So Lance was just trying to just draw the jack back a little bit to try and bring his back bowl into play as well. Just falling a little bit short there.
Well, he promoted Sue's bowl there, but I think he still holds shot.
He still holds shot, yes. He would like to be holding 2 in this situation. So
he needs to hold 2 if he wants a chance in this.
Yes, so he'll be just trying to draw around to that yellow bowl now. She's played this very well and drawn right in. A beautiful front toucher. And in the situation that Sue is in now, being 4 shots up with 2 ends to go, a front toucher, if Lance touches her bowl, he'll only get 1 shot out of it by the look of it there. He needs to play a very good bowl to try and take her shot out. There is a plant on the other side, which I think Lance is looking at now. There's 2 black bowls that are touching together. It looks like, one might take the other one out, and he could be sitting there with 3 shots. So I think he's in the situation where he needs to take that risk. He needs to try for that shot and try and put some pressure onto Sue, and secure more than 1 shot. So we'll see what Lance chooses to do. As that camera angle showed us on the top view, that plant is set up quite nicely. It's going to move the kitty, but the kitty is going to go straight back to where the yellow bowl is, so it's not going to go out to the side.
It's probably still going to help his cause.
It's certainly going to help his cause. I think you see Lance playing with a bit of weight here, trying to make the plant.
Well, you picked it dead right again, Trev.
Yeah, just a little bit wide though, and
just
missed it. Yeah, just missed it. But yeah, he was certainly looking to play the plant and try and get both of those black bowls out of it. Yes, Lance concedes there after dropping a shot. He can't score enough in the last end. So we found our second finalist being Sue Burnand.
Representing the Willoughby Club from Ashburton, Sue Burnand wins 12-7 to Lance Jenner. So the final will be Grant Rayner versus Sue Burnand. Boy, we're down to the business end here at the Lion Foundation New Zealand Indoor Bowls Championships, coming to you from the SBS Event Centre in Timaru. It is the final of the singles. It is Sue Burnand on screen versus Grant Rayner. 2 completely contrasting styles. Trevor Gould and Sue, her aggressive style being shown there, straight into it, no messing around.
Yes, Sue's this is Sue's first appearance in the national singles final. She's made 2 semi-finals in previous years, but this will be her first appearance in the final, and also for Grant, it's also his first appearance in the final. Looking forward to this battle. To me, it's a battle of 2 contrasting styles. Grant is very much a a draw player. He does possess the aggressive nature, but tends to favour his draw a lot. And Sue will just play anything that's in front of her, really. She's played a lot of singles games, including a lot of singles games for New Zealand over the years. So she's not unfamiliar to the game of singles. So you see on the outset here, Sue starting with the bowl just behind the head. Grant drawing to the head, securing the shot just off it. You see Sue now just trying to make up, dislodge the kitty off the bowl. Just fell a little bit short. And Grant will be aware of the danger of the bowl just behind the head, so he'll be looking to draw as closely to that bowl as what he can.
So this is the style of Grant Rayner. As you heard Trevor say, none of these two combatants been in finals before in the singles. In early stages, we talked about it before, they'll just be feeling each other out here.
Yes, they'll both be feeling the nerves of the occasion. It's a big thing to come through a field of this size of competitors to be in the final, and both of these will be looking to play well, and obviously they're both searching for the elusive title, which is there and available. And Grant off with a good start, holding the 2 shots on the head, but Sue having the advantage of position behind where she can play to. So Grant will see the danger now. He's changed his hand, and he would just be looking to draw around to where those black danger bowls are.
He's so wide.
He sent it out wide there. Trying to get around the front black bowl was the issue there. A lot wider than what he would have liked, I'm sure, but hasn't disturbed the head and hasn't done anything different.
I talked to Grant just before the game started in an interview situation, and he said exactly as we said, if I don't get a good start, I won't see which way her bowls went. Sue didn't want to talk to us. She was a bit wrapped up with a little bit of nerves, as you can expect.
Yes. Sue's quite a different sort of a player, and she does get in her own space, and she likes to play the things the way that she's going herself. Again, they're looking to promote one of her own bowls up to the head to make a shot. Grant holding 2 shots now, and a very good start for him, and he's just looking at the dangers, and he wouldn't want to be coming up to hit his front yellow bowl with any too much weight and dislodging the kitty. So he's just having a look and seeing where things are, and just making sure he's comfortable with what he's got to do.
So this is Grant Rayner. He's playing the yellow bowls. Sue Burnand is playing the black bowls. There is a graphic example as the bowl makes its way towards the jack from our overhead shot. He might be having 3 now.
Yes, it looks like he might have got up far enough for 3 there. And yes, indeed, Sue's taken out the 3 shots. So a good start for Grant there with securing 3 on the first end. Once again, we're playing 12 ends and no time limit, so there's still a long way to go in this game yet. Grant's securing the last head. He gets to throw the kitty, so he will now set the length.
Well, we saw, didn't we, in the semi-final when he came up against Gary Lawson, that he prefers a longer end.
Yes, most players at this sort of level and this sort of stage will play the jacket at a longer sort of end. It's felt that you're more comfortable playing down that sort of length. You can get yourself into a lot of trouble playing with short ends, and we've seen the example of that in the first semi-final where the player was in trouble, so they elected to play a short end and change the head around, and in changing the situation, they managed to wrestle with their last bowl for a couple of shots. So yeah, the players don't like to play too short and give the opponent the option of being aggressive and being able to play more positively. So Sue once again started with the bowl behind the head. Grant looking to match it with his second bowl, but just sailed on through a little bit there. So we'll see Sue now. We'll still be looking to be up to the head, up to where her last bowl was, or even closer into where the jack is. And she's coming very nicely now and just resting on her own bowl. Sitting 1, possibly 2 shots there, but still relatively simple for Grant to just continue trying to do what he done last time, just trying to draw up to where that last bowl finished. See Grant come down a very nice line here, and he's moved the jack out towards the side to where his bowl is, but it moved through a little straighter, and so it looks like Sue might have at least one shot there. And Sue changing her hand now, going to the other side of the mat, looking to go around the yellow bowl and tuck the kitty in. Just going through just a fraction. I think we'll see Grant now playing on the same hand that he played the last time. He's got 2 or 3 options down on that hand. He's got his own front bowl he can turn in. If he just gets past that, he's pretty much onto the kitty. And if he just goes a wee bit wider than that, he can turn his own outside bowl across a little bit. Or we can even conceivably slide in off that one and finish in close. So it's all about playing correct weight and giving himself the most chances. He's having a close look to see who actually holds the shot before he plays his bowl. Because if he does hold the shot there, then I think you'd see a change. You would see he would play the other hand and try and cover where those black bowls are and try and finish in on where the real danger is. So.
Yeah, because he doesn't want to give away any advantage he might hold at the moment, does he?
That's right. Yes. If he has got the shot, he won't want to give it away. And if he hasn't got the shot, he will want to look for the best option for him to not only get the shot, but to leave it safe.
So this is Grant Rayner.
He's just playing down there looking for promotion on his yellow bowl. He's just gone out a little bit wide and he's turned his black bowl in. So a little bit unfortunate there as his bowl didn't turn as much as he would have liked. He was very well weighted, but he was just a little bit wider than what he would have liked. So Sue's got a nice option now, just playing just a fraction less weight than she did with the last bowl. But
I know you mentioned it before, but how important is it to have the last bowl, the last say?
The last bowl is very important in this game, and Sue will be looking to try and make the most of it, and as she has there, and she's played a very nice bowl just to come between the two just nicely, and she's certainly got 2 shots there, and they'll be having a close look at the third one, I would imagine. There was 2 shots taken out. I think that's where we'll find it. So Sue has wrestled back some of the advantage that Grant started with. So 3-2 now with 2 ends gone.
And more importantly, Sue now gets to control ahead.
Yes, she does. But with that, she concedes the last
bowl. Exactly. It's a bit of a trade-off, isn't it?
It is. But then with throwing the kitty, invariably, as you see what happens when players are in this sort of form of reach, this sort of stage, when they throw the kitty, they do find the length.
It's a fantastic opening bowl for Sue Burnand, representing Ashburton. But as you heard Trevor say, she's actually from the Bay of Plenty.
So it's Grant just drawing up and resting onto Sue's bowl now and taking the shot off her. So Grant just now has the slight advantage on this end. And Sue will be just looking to do very similar to what she done the last time, just trying to draw up. She's trying to sneak around that yellow bowl. And she snuck around it. She's sitting nicely, sitting on the kitty. Played it very nice. She would have liked to have gone around that yellow bowl clean and just moved the kitty across cleanly.
But I think she'll take that.
She'll take that as a second option. Grant has an option now to play onto his yellow bowl to try and wrestle the kitty off the black one. I think that the kitty will move if he tries that. So, but he'll need to either put a position bowl in before he plays that, or play it now and see what he's lying with.
It was quite interesting just talking with Grant beforehand. I asked him what it would mean to win this. He said absolutely everything. That from a man that's captained the New Zealand team overseas. I mean, it's a huge...
Yes, the singles title is seen as the cream title because it is a singles event. You have got nobody else to rely on to help you out. You're doing everything yourself, and because the amount of competitors that there are in the singles field, it's very, very prestigious to be the winner of a singles event.
Well, to give you an indication, I think last year there was 800 entries in the Nationals when they were held in Tauranga. This year the numbers are slightly down, but that's probably something to do with the economy. But still a huge amount of people playing the sport. Yes,
there is, and there's always a very, very large field in these types of events, especially the singles types of events, and even though the numbers are perhaps narrowing up a little, there's certainly no loss in the quality of the field.
Well, we can see that, can't we? They say the cream rises to the top. It certainly has here as we're watching the first final at the Lion Foundation New Zealand Indoor Bowls Championship coming to you from Timaru. As I said before, it might be cold outside, but it's heating up here in the SBS Event Centre.
Yes, Grant's studying this shot quite closely. He's concerned about jack movement should he play the shot, and obviously where Sue's last bowl finished up is a cover position should he play the shot. So you may find him just trying to beat that bowl with this one and play the shot with his last bowl. No, he's elected to play it with this one, and he's played it very well, played it perfectly. Peeled them out lovely, and sitting there very nicely for a shot. So that would give Grant a great deal of confidence given the difficulty of the shot. So now Sue's just looking to just draw the jack off the bowl,
and she's done it.
And around for 2. What a marvellous bowl. What a marvellous bowl. Pressure situation. She was lying shot down, so she just calmly drew it off. And sitting in a very nice position now, obviously making the most of her bowl, which was behind the head, and securing that one as a scoring shot at this stage. So really forcing Grant now to play a very good bowl. He's got a nice option there just on the draw to just come around his yellow bowl and sit the closest black bowl down and B shot. But by no means an easy shot because slightly off and he's getting not very much. So
no, I guess he has the potential here to bring Sue's bowl even closer if it doesn't go quite the way he wants it to. Yes,
both the bowls are currently counting, so he'll be aware of that as well. So he might as well be up and have a go because he's 2 down at the moment. He won't go any more. He couldn't go any more than 2 down, so he may as well have a go. He's electing to play the yellow bowl for the plant.
Oh, and it hasn't worked for him.
He's taken one of them out, so he's cut it down from 2 down to 1. So for him it was a gain on the last bowl, but he did lose the bowl. So that'll bring it to 3 all now after 3 ends. The full length end thrown by Sue this time. And starting off on her backhand side, drawing up to the kitty. A good start for Sue. Back into the box just behind. So she has the bowl to play to now to give her the confidence of being there. Grant electing to play the same side. And the difference was he's playing the same side of the mat, but it's actually his forehand because we have a left-hander versus a right-hander in this game. So one player plays one side of the mat as their forehand and the other plays one side of the mat as the backhand. So
everyone we talked to beforehand said it would come down to the start. You've been around a long, long time. In your opinion, who's got the start? I mean, they're nip and tuck now, but who's started better?
I don't think you can put anything between them at this stage. I think the telling factor now is going to come up through the next 6 ends, and it's quite conceivably you could see a break through the next 6 ends. They've traded blows at this stage. Grant started off with a hiss and a roar with a 3. Sue's pegged that back in the last 2 ends. She's played some good bowls over the last 2 ends to wrestle back positions. So now we'll just look and see where it pans out from this point and see who can keep up the pace. It's a very good start by Grant and a very good second bowl to finish very close. So he's holding 2 shots and holding them very nicely. But Sue just having a look at that head, she's aware of the fact that if she makes contact on the front yellow bowl, it would squeeze off and more than likely go to where her black bowl is. So she'll be playing down there with a wee bit more weight, looking to disturb. Just going a wee bit wide this occasion. Yeah, just hung out a little bit wide. Was just looking to make contact and I was expecting to get a little bit more turn out of it than what she got, and it just stood up a wee bit. So Grant just looking, seeing where the angles of the kitty, where the bowl's coming off and where it's likely to go, and seeing where the danger is and what he needs to do about it. He's got a couple of options. He could draw out to where those danger black bowls are and try and count them out of play. Or he could conceivably drive at those bowls and take them off so that they don't become playing bowls. Looks like he's drawing down to try and finish as close as he can with them. And he was trying to rest onto them, use the bowls to stop on so that that way he had sufficient weight so he wasn't going to be disturbing his own position. So Sue would have watched the last bowl and watched what happened with the last bowl, and she'd be looking to make a correction from that. Once again, playing with a bit of weight. She's played it with less green this time, looking to make contact on the front one. Just missing that time. So it's left Grant with plenty of room now to be able to draw another one. And Grant, the way he's been drawing, he should be able to secure a third shot here. It's reasonably safe for him. He doesn't need to be too far up to the head.
So Rayner comes from the other side of the mat this time round.
He sent it
now
out.
is Trevor going to be dead right here? Yes, he is.
Yes. And he's secured the third shot, and they call those the bonus bowls in bowls. And when your opposition hasn't got an answer to your bowl, it's important for you to try and make your bowl count if you can. And Grant's done that, so he scored another 3, moved 6-3 up after 4 ends. So a third of the way through this game. And Grant's just thrown this jack a little bit shorter, so it'll be interesting to see how this end pans out. I'm sure he would have wanted it to be a bit longer.
I was going to say, was that a change of tactics or was that a slight mistake?
I think it was just an underthrown jack, but he'll be looking to certainly get back behind the jack with his first bowl and secure a good starting protective position.
That's exactly what he's done.
So a good start there for Grant. And Sue now will be just looking to try and match up to that one. And just slipping around it, but she won't be disappointed with that. It's a very usable bowl there, behind the head, which is always useful. The Grant continuing on that forehand side that is for him.
This looks good. This looks good for Rayner.
He's just slipping in there nicely off his own bowl. And Sue just still continuing on that her backhand side. And she'll just be looking to follow where Grant's last bowl finished in and just nestle in on those bowls. Nestle in just nicely for a shot. And very well played. One shot there to Sue. And Grant again will be continuing with his forehand. Maybe looking to do too much different than what his last bowl was, because if he's in that same sort of area, he's got the chance of just a little movement of the jack or sitting the bowl.
It's going to be narrow.
Yes, it was. So just a touch narrow. Very well weighted. It's just finished up very good weight as to the shot he was playing. I think Sue will be having to change her hand this time and try and sit on the yellow bowl. She's given it the green. And just set it around nicely, and has actually made that a lot safer for her. Her bowl will now will not move out of there, so Grant really has to, if he's going to play that down there, he needs to play through the jack. He probably needs to play a little more weight than what he had been playing down there. But Sue has put the bowl into cover where the jack could go to if he does choose to play that.
Sue just watching intently there as Grant Rayner gets set to deliver this shot.
He's gone on to the other side of the mat this time, and he'll be just looking to perhaps just either dead draw it or just make contact on the jack just to squeeze it in a little. So he's just looking to dead draw.
He's got
a very good try, but
Sue'd still be holding shot though, wouldn't she?
Sue would still be holding shot, but he's made it a lot more dangerous for Sue to try and get another shot. It's still reasonably comfortable for her to draw there, the same as what Grant's bowl was, and just try and draw and finish in close to the jack. She just sent it out just a wee bit wide, very well weighted. She could have just drawn right in beside the jack there for a second shot, but she secured the one, so she's still in this. It's 6-4.
If you just tuned in, you're watching the first final here at the Lion Foundation New Zealand Indoor Bowls Championship. This is the singles. It's Sue Burnand representing Willoughby Club of Ashburton versus Tawanui North Wellington's Grant Rayner. Rayner ahead by 2 shots as we move into end number 5.
It's been a very good tussle this game. Bit of toing and froing, and it's still anybody's game at this stage. We're early stages, so Sue with the start there. Just slightly shorter than what she has been when she's been opening up. And Grant once again very close right up onto the jack, and a very good opener for him. He'll be very happy with that starting bowl. And Sue's just continuing on the same side. She'll be looking just to try and draw it off. And she's drawn the bowl off marvellously, and sitting right on the kitty there. Looks like it could be 2 touches at this point.
Well, I've been watching her through the semis and now into the finals, and I've finally seen her smile.
Yeah, she's a character, Sue. She's a real competitor in the game. She enjoys the game very much, and you don't often get a smile out of her, but she's very pleasant. Very pleasant person, and when she's down playing the game, she plays the game very hard. She's a very good competitor. So Grant will probably be looking to be back around the head with this one, so he won't be looking to try and change things. He'll be looking to try and get around past where the jack is likely to go to, should there be any disturbance.
One's heading for the woodwork. Oh, just pulls up.
Yep, stop there in the square. It's not bad for him, because if he chooses to, if it is 2 touches or if he is 1 down, he can play onto his yellow bowl on the other side and push it back to where his position is. So he's not. He wouldn't be too perturbed with that one finishing where it did. In this situation, it looks like they're very, very close there, and it could be 2 touches, and you can in this game of indoor bowls, you can have a no result in an end if at the conclusion of the end, both bowls are touching, or there is a measure and both bowls are deemed to be the same distance away. The end is declared as being played, and there's no result. So the scores don't change. So and that can happen. That happens quite a lot on quite a lot of occasions in this game. So yeah, you can play a whole end out and not have a result.
And not have a result. Sounds like cricket.
So Sue was just that time just looking to try and get up and disturb her own black and move it around to where her black position was. And I think we'll be looking to see Grant trying to do the same here, just looking to try and disturb it and just move it back to where his position bowl is.
He's going to come down and have a second look here.
Yes, it all depends. If he's holding the shot, it might give him a different perspective of what to do. If he's not holding the shot, then he'll definitely be playing that shot, I think. If it's 2 touches, you don't know what he would do, because he does have the last bowl, and he has the option of 2 touches as a result for him, because he hasn't conceded anything, but he still goes into the next end with the last bowl, because in that situation, when there's no result, the person who commenced the end before starts the next end.
It will become perfectly clear very shortly, I'm sure.
Grant was just trying to reach up there. Looked like he was just trying to disturb it, and just doesn't quite have the weight to do it. But he has changed Sue's options there. So we'll look and see where Sue's playing. She looks like she's still just playing draw weight. Just looking for a little bit of disturbance.
Not much changes.
No, there was only just made contact with the bowl, so it would be interesting to see what the situation is here. She may have the shot. That may be why she was being cautious. So I think we'll see one of 2 things here. If Grant hasn't got the shot, he'll be looking to play onto his yellow bowl and move the kitty back. If he has got the shot, he definitely won't be playing his bowl. If Sue's got the shot, yeah, I think you'll see him playing the yellow. If it's 2 touches, I think he probably will elect not to play his bowl as well, because it is very dangerous. He's 2 points ahead. It's another end played, so it'd be interesting to see how he approaches this end. So he's playing his backhand side. He looks to be just reaching up, just looking to just try and disturb something and move it around. He's moved a couple of bowls there, and that the closest black of Sue's looked like they might have moved a wee bit there. So no, Grant looks like he pulled the black bowl out. So yes, Sue looked like Sue secured that end. So that'll make it 6-5 now with 6 ends gone.
So we're at halfway in this 12-end game. It's the first final here at the Lion Foundation Indoor Bowls. It's the singles. Sue Burnand on a bit of a comeback here. But Grant Rayner 1 shot up at the moment.
He'll still be a little disappointed with that first bowl, finishing short. Grant will be searching to reach at least up to the jack or just past the jack to give him the start on the head and the best back bowl, which is what he's done. Successfully secured that. And Sue's changed her hand, elected to go to the other side this time. She's just been struggling a little bit on that other side, so she thought she might just have a bit of a change and see what happened. And just watching her first one there, it just sort of seemed to hang out just a little bit there, so she'll be watching what's happening with the lines up there. So Grant's with his second bowl now will be looking to get right up to the jack. Just falling a little short, nudging Sue's bowl in a little bit. Hard to tell who holds the shot there. It's very close. So Sue just looking to make a correction from her last bowl and trying to rest around onto the yellow bowl, and she's played it very well.
That's not bad for a correction, is it? That's not bad at all.
That's a great correction. She just tucked herself around behind the jack a little bit too, which she'd be very happy with. So Grant now just be looking to draw up to the kitty and trying to disturb it off the bowl a little. And just going around past it a wee bit. It's sitting very nicely there for Sue where her bowl drew to, because it's protecting the jack from moving, but it's also stopping Grant being able to get to her bowl to nudge it off. So here she comes drawing in again, just looking to beat that bowl. And yeah, she's got one. I don't think the other one will count. I think the front bowl will actually be the second shot by the look of that overhead. And Grant, I think you'll see Grant will just be drawing down on the same hand that he has been playing and trying to squash up to the jack and just make Sue's bowl lie down and his bowl stay on it and secure the shot that way. He won't be wanting to do anything too drastic.
Let's see if Trevor Gould's right. This is the journey for Grant Rayner.
Just didn't quite have the weight to be able to reach up to the head there. He's nudged his own bowl across. It's definitely second shot. He's definitely only one down, and it's all tied up.
So 6 apiece, just past the halfway mark here at the SBS Event Centre in Timaru. New Zealand Indoor Bowls Championship singles title on the line here. None of these two combatants have ever won the singles title before. So Susan once again is throwing the long length jack and opening bowl. She's changed around to the other side of the mat now from what she has been playing the last few ends. So she's picked that she's perhaps struggling just a little bit on that other side. So she's swapped over to the side and she's started off with a very good beginning bowl. And Grant just looking to wrestle the bowl off the kitty a wee bit and was just underneath it by a fraction. So now she's sticking around on that side. She'll just be looking to go around her own bowl and between Grant's first bowl and get around into the box. Just falling just short, but she won't be disappointed with that because it does give her protection from her own bowl. It means that Grant has to play a very good draw bowl now to try and draw the kitty off her bowl. It's certainly there to play. We've seen Sue do a couple already in this game. We'll see Grant just trying to make the correction from his first bowl, just give it a little bit more green and try and draw it off. He's very close here, very close. He's played it very well. Just drawn the kitty just nicely off the bowl and is sitting there for his shot. Brilliant draw bowling there from Grant Rayner.
Yes, he just made the correction from his first one. He was just a fraction heavy and it didn't turn a wee bit in the last piece and he made the correction that time. So Sue will be looking to play a similar bowl to one Grant has just played.
I was just thinking it isn't over yet, is it? I mean, no. We've seen Sue just play some superb shots and
she's dislodged it back a little bit and that kid, he's played this one very well.
Very well. Very well.
Yeah, fell down nicely. He holds the shot, but I think he just holds one after looking at that position again. His ball fell down is protecting the jack, so he's got one shot. There's an interesting wee option there for Sue, if she's keen to play it. But, well, look at that, she's gone onto the other side, so she didn't feel confident in playing. She's looking just to promote her own bowl up on that occasion. She was trying to come just onto her own bowl and turn it over a couple of rolls. She's only one down, so she won't be too disturbed about that. It's very difficult for Grant to get another shot there. I think the option he's got for another shot is obviously to play his backhand and try and turn his shot bowl up and over and make the bowl on the left-hand side count as well.
As you can see from our overhead shot there, that's a pretty packed head.
Yes, and the outside yellow bowl of Grant's is actually on the run as well, so conceivably he could turn that in if he just played it on the draw, just to try and turn the outside bowl in. And he's gone a little wider, and that could be very well what he's looking at doing, just trying to turn that bowl in.
Missed everything, but it hasn't turned out bad for him.
Yes, it just didn't quite turn around far enough. Had it have caught that outside bowl, it could have conceivably turned it in enough.
So that's another shot to Grant, I would think. Yes,
one shot to Grant. Give him a one-shot lead now. 7-6 after 2/3 of the way through the game now. Four ends to go. 8 ends gone.
Well, I've never been further apart than 2 shots, and now it is as close as you like.
Yes, it's getting to a very tense time in the game. This and it's certainly anybody's game, and it seems to have the feel about it that nobody's going to make a break, and it's going to come down right down to the
final end,
right down to the wire. Yes. And Sue's here. Nice reply.
Just a brilliant reply. Just an incredible reply. She's done it so many times.
Yes, lovely bowl there from Grant. Grant opened up with a very good bowl, and Sue with a very good reply to draw the kitty off Grant's bowl. So Grant will be looking to reply in the same fashion now on the other side of the mat. So Grant on his backhand side, just feeding it out there. There's been a little bit of turn available on the outside there that he was looking to utilise, but just at that occasion just going a little bit too far out and didn't get it. So we'll see Sue will be following him down that side this time, I would think, and she'll be trying to either draw right onto the jack and cover it up, or draw just behind the jack.
You mentioned following him down. If Sue's watching Grant's bowl and then she's just going to follow the same path, she only has to make a slight adjustment, doesn't he? Which is, I think, what she's done here.
Yeah, so that's right. She would have watched the line that his bowl took, and would look to make the adjustment on her bowl. She's seen that his one was just too far out and didn't come back, so she'd be watching to see where she should be playing her bowl from. And the same thing for Grant there. Now he'd know where his bowl went. He would have watched where Sue's bowl went, and would be trying to make the adjustment himself. Just went slightly underweighted that time.
If anything, he's just promoted Sue's bowl just a little bit.
Yes, he has opened it out a wee bit though. He's pulled it out a little bit so he can see a little bit more of it. So Sue will be trying to draw right onto the jack now with this bowl.
That's exactly what she's done. Look at this. Yes. Look at this.
It's a marvellous bowl. Marvellous bowl.
Fantastic shot from Sue Burnand. You know, they say when the going gets tough, the tough get going. This is one tough lady. Yes,
yes, Sue's been around the game for a very long time, and she's been in final situations before, and she has secured national titles. And as I've said, she's played singles, represented New Zealand in singles play and teams play, so she's a very experienced bowler, and she knows what the game's all about. And yeah, so she'll be quite happy with where she's finished, although she has left the possibility of Grant playing an inside positive plant and peeling both of her bowls out. So we'll see. Grant certainly looks like he's approaching this bowl with that sort of idea.
Yep, that one's got a bit of weight on it.
Yep.
It's worked for him.
Yeah, just got it too narrow and has killed the jack out the side. So he'll concede 2 points for that. But he was 2 down anyway, so he had to have a go. And conceivably, with Sue having another bowl, she could have drawn another one and made it 3. So you could say that he perhaps saved himself one shot there. He didn't cost himself any more. He was 2 down already.
And as we've said before, this is all going through your mind as you're ready to approach the next bowl. He's ready to deliver the next shot. Yes. You're thinking 4 shots ahead.
Yes. You've got to be planning on what you're doing. You've got to be reacting to what's happening, but you've also got to be planning on what you're going to be doing from these points on. So yeah, it all goes through your mind, and it's just a matter of filtering out what you need to think about at the time that you need to think about it.
I guess in a way you could liken it to top tennis. You know, you plan that winning shot maybe 3 shots before.
Yes.
Draw them into a bit of a, a false sense of security.
Yes, that can very much be. In the game we call it building ahead. And building ahead is about setting your bowls in positions that you can best take advantage of it later in the end. So yeah, there is quite a lot of that, and both of these players will be well aware of those situations, and will be aware of the shot that they're playing, what they could conceivably be leaving for their opposition to play. So there is a lot of that's going through your head.
Have we seen Sue slightly change her style a little bit here in the semi-final? She was all business, no messing around. This time she's sort of been a bit more, what's the word? A bit more concerned, taking a little bit more time.
She's adapted the way she's playing to the person that she's playing against. She knows that Grant is a slower, more precise type of player, and she's had to slow herself down and be more appreciative of what Grant is likely to do. and so yeah, as you said, she's changed the way she's played to adapt to the player that she's playing against, but also to adapt to the situation that she's in. She's playing in the final of the New Zealand singles, and she's playing for a New Zealand title. A New Zealand title she's never won, and she's very, very conscious of wanting to do well. So she's just taking that little bit extra time and just bringing some extra control back.
You mentioned before she's a phenomenal competitor, and that's it, isn't it? You do whatever you have to do.
That's right. Yeah. She'll try until the day is over, and that's what the game's all about. That's a marvellous bowl by Grant there.
Well, he needed it, didn't he? It was getting to a pressure situation for the man on your screen.
It was, and he responded very well with a very good bowl. And Sue's 2 down here and in a little bit of trouble. There does appear to be a glancing plant shot to be glancing off the bowl. And it just didn't kick, and she sprung it out the side, and she's no worse off than what she was, but the problem is that she's left Grant with quite a bit of room for him to be able to secure another shot. So she's currently 2 down, and Grant's drawing for the 3rd, and Sue has no reply because she doesn't have the last bowl. It's on its way, and Grant only needs to beat the front bowl, which he's done. He's done so he picks up 3 shots now. So that's 10 ends gone, and Grant moves to a 10-8 lead. So he's in a comfortable position. And most players would tell you they'd seem to be 10-8 up with 2 to go than 8-10 down.
I've mentioned it before, it's such a game of changing fortunes. Just 1 end to go. Sue Burnand was leading, and now she finds herself 2 down. Yes,
it does change. It changes with every bowl, and you really have to be keeping on top of the situation and reacting to the situation as it's going. One bowl can change the whole concept of the game.
I think the longer we go into this competition, I think your prediction's going to come true. It's going to be nip and tack right down to the 12th and final end.
Yes, so it's very much looking like it now. Sue will be definitely wanting to score this end, at least 1. And the more the better, basically, for her, obviously. But she'll certainly wanting to be scoring. She won't be wanting to drop any shots this end.
So Grant Rayner on the backhand. Oh, I don't know if he liked the delivery there.
Yeah, I think he felt that he just overdone it a little bit. That hand up there, they've been sticking out a little bit when they've just given it that little bit extra green. So So Sue now changing her hand, going to her backhand side. She'll be looking to rest up to the yellow bowl or move the jack a little. She's played it very well. Yes, very nice bowl. Very nice bowl, sitting right behind the jack. And holding the shot and holding a position bowl now with her bowl just behind the jack, as well as the back bowl. So Grant now looking at his options. I think we'll find him playing his backhand, and he'll be trying to just draw down there and just trying to lay Sue's bowl down and sit for the shot. And if he doesn't do that, if he just happens to squash and sit on the jack, then he would be happy with that.
Well, he's been right every other time. Let's see if Trevor Gould can get it right this time. On the backhand again, Grant Rayner from Wellington. Sue Burnand representing Ashburton. It's on the way. It's got a fair bit of weight on it.
No, he's just playing just to use the bowl. Yeah, and just nudge the bowl out, and it was well played, very well played. He played that positively, and he played it with conviction. He had the options to use the bowls to stay in amongst the area that he needed to be in.
Trevor, you should be playing this game. They wouldn't see which way you went.
This is the easiest place to play it from. It's play it from the sideline is really easy. All the best bowls are played from the sideline. You ask any spectator.
Well, we're certainly seeing some good bowls here.
Oh, Sue's played this marvellously. What a magnificent response. What a great bowl.
Just when it seems like she's trapped, she just pulls something special out, and she's done it again here.
Yes, it was a marvellous reply there. And Sue's sitting there nicely with two shots. Grant's got a nice little shot to play there to just tuck the jack back where it's come from. Not easy by any stretch of the imagination, but he's certainly got an option to play there, and he'll be looking to do that. He'll be certainly looking to reach up to the head, reach up to the jack, and either move one of the bowls or sit the jack back. We'll see on Grant's forehand side this time. Yes, he's certainly playing to reach. He's played it very well. Just stuck out a wee bit. It just didn't come at the last. It was very, very unfortunate. It was so. Here we have it. Sue's got two. She's got the last bowl. She could conceivably draw another one for three.
For three, and then it's all on as we get down to the business end. Remember, it's 12 ends. There's no time limits. It's the finals of the New Zealand singles, and Sue Burnand's last bowl's on the way.
Here we go. Sue just looking to be there for the third shot, and the angles could be deceptive on that one. It's when you get over the top of it, it could be quite interesting. There's certainly two there, and let's have a look at the last.
Oh, we might see a measure here.
I think we possibly will.
It is very, very close, and as you've heard Trevor say so many times, it's up for the New Zealand title.
Yes, so there's two shots been taken out, and the rule of thumb for in this situation is the person who plays the last bowl is responsible for doing the measuring and the deciding of the head, and they can choose to go through the whole measuring process or make an attempt to measure and then ask for an umpire to come and do the actual measuring. Most players will like to do the measuring themselves to get a fair assessment as to what the situation is. Grant done the measure and conceded a third shot there, so it was 3 to Sue, giving her a one-shot lead, playing the final end. So Sue just overthrew the jack with on that occasion. So Grant got the choice of the length to play, and he's chosen just a little bit up from the full length end. Sue's opened up with a very good start, just off the jack a little. So Grant now.
There's only one shot in it. We're in the last end of 12. Who's it going to be? Is it the man on your screen, Grant Rayner? He's never won the title before. Is it Sue Burnand? She's never won the title before. That's a good reply from Grant Rayner.
Yes, he certainly got round past the jack where he wanted to be. He would have liked to have picked it up on the way, but certainly he didn't want to be leaving anything short on that occasion with his first bowl. And Sue will be the same. She'll be wanting to get past the jack with this bowl, trying to beat Grant's last bowl.
Oh, and she's done it. She's done it.
Played it very well and just tucked the jack out a little. But she is sitting very closely on it, so she'll be happy with that. She'll know that Grant can actually see the jack, so she'll be a little bit disappointed that she has moved it that far. But
yeah, I just wondered about that because that's exposed it a little bit, hasn't it?
It has a little, and as you can see, Grant's just coming down there looking to reach up to it, and he's played it very well, very close. So he's just unlucky. He just popped it back to where it came from. So I think we'll see Sue coming down that same hand that she's just played, and if she plays the same bowl again with this bowl, Grant could find himself in a lot of trouble. So Sue will be quite aware of that yellow bowl, which is just back past the jack, which is a danger bowl for her. She'll be wanting to reach up to that or just move the jack in a little bit. She's given it a little bit extra green this time to try and finish out on that side. No, she's just slipped past just a little. She would have liked to have sat on that yellow one and just sat down and made it a lot more difficult for Grant.
Maybe with the end building, that bowl's going to come into contention as well, just sitting there as a back bowl at the moment.
It could very well do. Conceivably, at this stage, can't really see the jack going past those front ones. And I don't think that either of these players will be playing with that sort of positive weight. I think Grant really has to try and draw in that hand that Sue's been playing and nestle in just behind the jack to try and secure the shot.
Well, at one stage, Rayner got out to a 3-shot lead, but look at it. We're in the last end and there is absolutely nothing in it.
So Grant, certainly he's playing that forehand side, and I think he'll just be drawing and trying to draw right in amongst Sue's bowls. It's just a shade over the draw. He's plucked it out the side, and it's Nip and Tuck who's got the shot there. It's
possibly going to come down to that all-important last bowl, isn't it now?
Yes, indeed. Indeed. We look at that angle, and
who would you pick? Is it Sue or is it Grant? You said it was so close.
I'd pick the angles that they're sitting on. I'd pick Sue being straighter on. The shoulder of Sue's bowl would possibly be the shot there, I think. And Sue's given it the air, and she's certainly made the shot. That's certainly the shot here. Grant's line game down at the moment, and I'll tell you what, if I don't think he'll be short. I can see Grant, and Grant conceivably can send it out of that wee bit wider, grab the jack and tuck it around the corner to win the game.
Yeah, and trail the jack off and still have the shot.
Yes, he can. Or if he just
roll
gets
it over to his other bowl and have two.
Just gets a piece of it. He'll make one shot, or I mean, this. He certainly won't be short. He can't afford to be short. He's currently lying going down. He can't go any worse than what he is at the moment. So.
Well, we are down to the business end. There is the overhead shot, and the tail of the tape at the moment is this man. Can he rescue his New Zealand title with this shot?
So Grant playing his backhand. He looks to be playing with draw weight, just over draw weight, and he's got
it. But is it going to work for him?
Oh, he's got the jack for one.
He's got one.
So we go to an extra end.
Well, you know, you talk to people about indoor bowls and about lawn bowls, and you're saying, well, it's not exciting. Well, have a look at this. It is exciting. We're down to the final end. We're going to extra time.
So there's a toss of the coin now, and it's an extra end. So basically, it's a whole new game. A one-end game, and to decide the winner.
So sudden death.
Yep. Well, these things have been known to go more than one, though, because
we might have a drawn result again. Exactly right.
As we spoke about it earlier, you can have a drawn end, and then you continue on.
Well, if the pressure wasn't on before, it's on now. We've had 12 ends, and we can't separate them. We're into extra time. Sudden death, call it what you will. This puts the pressure on everyone, doesn't it? The officials, the crowd, they're all on the edge of their seats. They don't know what's going to happen.
Yes, it's been a great final here. Some very good bowls played by both these players, and an extra end in this game, I think, is a deserving result. Grant jumped out and started very well. Sue's fought back, and it's been nip and tuck ever since.
Oh, so yes, it's been incredible.
So Grant's just a little bit of indecision this time, and on the hand, he has been struggling a little bit going this way on the backhand side. So he's going to start off on the forehand this time.
Well, you can fully understand why he wants to take his time. There's a fair bit at stake here.
Yes, indeed. There's a New Zealand.
He's just a bit short. Just
a little bit underneath the jack. There's a New Zealand title riding on a one-end game. It's been a marvellous final, and the completion of a great day's play today.
Oh, when you're hot, and Sue's hot at the moment.
And
She's got two.
She's coming in very strong here. She's playing very nicely. She's the game's changed, and Sue has decided to change the side of the mat that she's been playing on, and she's put a lot of pressure on Grant. But Grant now choosing to play the same side of the mat that Sue was playing, and just slipping past on that occasion. See, Sue just coming down along the same end. She'll be looking to nail that jack this time. She'll be wanting to get right onto it.
She's on target. She's on target. Look at this, folks. She's on target.
Great ball. Great ball sitting just in front of the jack. She'll be happy with that. She'll be happy with that. Putting a lot of pressure on Grant now. Putting a lot of pressure on Grant.
You certainly wouldn't read it in her face. She's just been impassive the whole way through this enthralling contest. And so's this bloke.
Yes, Sue's building a very nice head here, but she doesn't have the luxury of the last bowl, and so often the last bowl is the one that can beat you. Grant needs to play a very good bowl here, though. He needs to try and give himself a chance with this bowl. He can conceivably draw the shot, and he'll be looking to do that. He's fed it out a wee bit. He was out there before and he didn't come back, and same thing's happened again. And
hasn't really helped him, has it?
If Sue can play a very similar bowl to her last and finish right on that jack, I think it could very well be the ball match. You've seen there, and Sue, yeah, she's sending it out there. She's got a good line, and her weight just a little bit short this time, but I don't think Grant would be very happy seeing that ball there.
No, because it's sort of blocked his trajectory now, hasn't it?
It has a wee bit.
Didn't quite work for Sue, but it hasn't worked for Grant either.
Yeah, it's I think we're seeing a slight difference here between a left-hander and right-hander, and I think what you're seeing is Grant is playing the same line that Sue is, but Sue's playing it out of a left-hand delivery and Grant's playing it out of right, and where Grant's bowls have just stayed out that little bit, Sue's have actually turned a wee bit, and I think it's falling Grant a little bit. He's in a that last bowl of Sue's is very much in his way. If he gets past that with dead draw weight, conceivably he can draw the shot, but if he's got anything more than dead draw weight, he's not going to turn enough. To
have any chance at all, he's got to come on this side too, doesn't he? If he comes around on the forehand again, it's not going to work for him.
He could draw around there, but I mean it would be an absolutely marvellous bowl. And that hand there hasn't really been turning that much to get around that bowl and sit right on the jack. So I think he'd have to come the same way that Sue's been coming, and try and draw. But his margin of error is very limited there, because as you've seen with his other two bowls, he just stayed out that little bit more. That little bit more just stayed out. And where Sue's last bowl is finished, it's really in his eye and it's really in his way. It's about 10 inches short, you would say, and which so conceivably he can get around it, but it very much plays in your mind of it being there. And a bowl which is only about 4 inches wide all of a sudden becomes 12 inches wide when it's sitting in front.
Well, this is it. The last stanza. Oh, he's going to have another think about it. He's going to draw out the tension just a little bit longer. And why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you take your time? As Trevor's told you, a New Zealand title on the line here. And look at the black bolts there of Sue Burnand.
Yes, I think Grant's very aware of where that front bowl is, and I don't think he can get enough turn to come past it on the draw. He's going to have to try though, because I'm sure that's the only shot he's got, is to try and dead draw. And this is what the game of bowls is all about. The person who can draw closest to the jack. And if Grant draws this shot right now, he deserves his New Zealand title.
Oh, what a final we've seen. Here it comes, last bowl. Is it going to work for Grant Rayner? It's not. Oh, it might. It might.
No, it didn't. Just didn't come.
How close do you want it, folks? In the first final we've shown you of the Lion Foundation New Zealand Indoor Bowls Championship. It is Sue Burnand representing Ashburton that takes her first New Zealand singles title. A brilliant competition. It's cliched to say it's sad that you had to have a winner, but we had to find the gold medalist, and it is the lady on your screen. Brilliant effort from both players, but what a final.
magnificent game of bowls we've seen there. Some beautiful draw shots, some aggressive bowls played when players are in trouble. Sue Burnand, well played. You deserve your national singles title. You've played very well all day, very consistently, and indeed you played some marvellous bowls to win the final, and you're a very deserving winner.
Well, she was 3 down at one stage, and then she came back, and now she is the New Zealand champion here at the Lion Foundation New Zealand Indoor Bowls Championship, coming to you from the SBS Event Centre in Timaru.